Hi, everyone. What's up? They gave me a mic. No one else a mic, though. Hello. Some of you are not ladies. So we are such girls. We're forcing each other out of here. No one wanted to be first. No, you go. No, you go. No, it's okay. Thank you.
So,
We're so nice.
I'm very sorry to disappoint you all, but we will not be talking about our periods today.
Boo.
Although those
are
very important, though.
You want to start?
Yeah. So we're gonna each introduce ourselves and tell you a little bit about what we do at the company. For those of you who don't know, my name is Barbara Dunkelman. I am the director. Oh, thank you.
Barbara's new here. Our newest addition.
I'm new here. Yeah. I am the director of social media and community marketing, as well as the. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. There's a fucking dog sitting right there.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Can we hold it?
Could he come on our panel?
That's the best day!
And he's wearing a shirt.
Oh my god, he's wearing a little Hawaiian shirt.
Come here, I love you.
Hello. What's your name?
He knows his new mommy.
Oh my god.
This is definitely the ladies of RT panel for sure.
Look, I really hope he pees on you.
We'll sit in a chair.
Oh my god. Could he sit next to me?
So this is Tim, and that's his dog, and
Oh my God.
Curtis is Tim's nephew, and Curtis was an intern for the sales team,
Your dog is
and
amazing.
he's amazing.
Thanks for bringing him.
Anyways, as I was saying before I was interrupted by a dog, Mariel, I'm the director of social media and community marketing at Rooster, as well as a on-camera personality and voice actor.
You want to tell it, Mariel?
My name's Mariel. I'm a dog lover. And I am a producer in broadcast.
What else do you do?
And I'm on Always Open occasionally.
You left off one important title, though.
Oh, and I'm the president of events.
No, not that
And head of company morale.
one. No. What's happening tomorrow?
Oh, and your fiance.
Thank you.
That's not a position.
It's a title.
Not yet.
It's a title. So I'm Bethany, head of live events. Everyone knows me at this point.
Bethany!
And that's all I do in life.
She put all this shit together, just so y'all know.
But only the really well-working shit.
And Queen of Champagne.
Oh,
Yes.
fuck yeah. You're kind of my co-queen these days.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, what's up?
How you
When are we
doing?
going to Champagne, France? We're going to do that doc.
Yeah, we want to do a documentary called Champ Champs.
Champ Champ.
We just want to go around
Yeah.
and get drunk on champagne.
We came
and
up with this
figured,
idea at Sydney while drunk.
Absolutely, and
on
we figured
champagne.
as long as we film it, that makes it a professional, acceptable
And the
thing.
company will pay for it.
Right. That's the other part of it. Is we need someone to fund our habit.
This dog is breathing so loud. I'm trying to get her on the microphone.
What's his name?
Oh, no, that's.
Now you lick it. Now you lick it.
It's not a treat. I feel really bad whoever has to use this microphone next.
Who are you?
I'm Ashley Jenkins. I run and host the No. Oh, what's up? Hey, what's up? What's up? Call me. And appear in some of our other productions like live action, sometimes Always Open. Occasionally I don cat suits and get super self-conscious. And I make it my goal in life to boob touch as many of my lady coworkers as
She just did it to
possible.
me right before we got in here.
I'm kind of
Straight
close
up.
to you right now, so.
Like that.
No, I felt bad. Earlier today, I saw Jessica Negri in the back, and I just started doing a booble ladder, and I boobled so hard I farted. So that is a little bit about me.
Ashley.
I am a professional.
Inappropriate. I mean,
it's-
not that what we just did wasn't.
Look, I report the facts.
It brings people
The
happiness.
dirty truth.
We've never done this before. I feel like I've known you too long.
Booba touching?
Yeah.
Don't worry, my boobs have your boob's name on them later.
Cool.
Okay, well, my name is Jessica Basami. I'm a producer in live action. Thank you so much. I also sometimes appear on Always Open and sometimes in a bunch of live action shorts and whatnot.
And whatnot.
Thanks, guys.
I'm Megan Castro. I'm on the...
Yeah, girl!
Thank you. No, I'm on the sales team, and my focus is
She
live
is not on the
events.
sales team. She
is
is the
the
fucking
sales
sales
team.
team.
Thank you. RTX is like my third baby. I have 2 human babies and then RTX. So the show floor is my
Yeah, the
third
show
baby.
floor is
So-
as awesome as it is because of Megan.
So try not to disappoint mommy.
Please. Don't. I'm watching.
I'm Maggie Tomini. I'm the 2D animation producer, and I say inappropriate things on Always Open and On the Spot sometimes.
Yeah, so we just wanted to talk a little bit about like women in our industry and women at Rooster Teeth. I mean, when I started, I think I was employee number 100, and there weren't that many females there. And
True.
2 years later now, we have like 260 employees, and I think we're closer to 50-50 on male-female.
Yeah, there are some departments that are like mostly
So
women.
fuck you, men. Just kidding.
It turns
Equality,
out
equality.
we've changed things. We actually only hire women now.
Sorry, this
God.
dog is so loud. It's so distracting.
Shut up, Barbara! He thinks you're loud.
No, keep going. Stop it. Okay. Anyways,
I'm gonna give him back.
yeah, no, I know the marketing department is like 90% women. Oh my god.
Yeah,
the
events
events
department
team-
is 90. I can't do math.
mostly women.
80% women.
Yeah, there's a lot of ladies of the company, which is pretty awesome.
Oh, look at
I miss that dog already.
There needs to be more women in live action for me personally. I need some more support.
How many women you got?
We got Hannah.
It's me
Where's
and
she?
Hannah.
Hannah.
And where's
Allison.
Wait,
Hannah?
Allison.
And Allison.
Hold on, you guys
And
stand
Allison,
up. Stand
yes.
up. Stand up.
Stand up. Do it.
Stand up.
We're telling you to. We have the microphones.
My live
Take your
action
shirt off.
ladies. Live action ladies.
So that's Hannah. Hannah does all the RT Life videos that you all know and love.
Yeah, you probably heard
Allison
her
is in
voice.
charge of all the editing that gets done.
We have a really great female group going on these days.
We should have all the women
We
that
have
work at
these-
Rooster Teeth stand up.
None of that, but like
Oh, no.
the
Yeah,
adult
let's
events.
stand.
Nadia and Jen.
Stand up against Nadia.
Nadia and
Stand up. Stand up.
Megan Baird, too. Megan Baird, you do a lot for us.
Oh yeah.
Aaron, what's up?
Oh, hey. Who let you in?
He has bigger breasts than most people.
So Nadia is basically the glue of the sales team.
She is.
She kind of holds, like, we sell shit, and she actually, like, makes sure it happens.
I know.
It's kind of amazing.
And she's fucking hot.
And she can just bring me underwear sometimes.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
she
yeah,
brings
the-
us all underwear.
The greatest part of any day is when we get MeUndies in.
It's the underwear fairy.
Yeah, and Nadia comes in, she goes, "Who wants underwear?" Not like that, but in a similar manner.
Well, we all have the same pair that we wear. It's like a sisterhood.
It's like the,
The traveling underpants.
The
traveling
the
underpants.
traveling panties.
Oh, now you call them panties?
They're underpants.
Maggie just snorted.
But we don't wash them.
Bethany calls them underpants,
It's better when
and
you
it's
don't wash
really
them.
creepy.
I like calling them
Underpants.
underpants.
Who is okay with the word underpants?
Me? No, put your hands down.
All right,
that
of
was
those-
like- that
of
was like not
those-
that many
of those
people.
that you
There's
have
a
your
time
hands
and
up-
place.
Hold on.
You know
of
what?
those people that have your hands up that you approve of underpants, how many of
Sometimes.
you are over the age of 50? It's the only people using underpants.
It's obviously
You know
not.
what? The word underpants just sounds fun. Panties sounds like a delicate
Underwear,
little, like,
underwear.
lacy thing.
Undies.
Mariel,
No,
have you
no,
never
under-
seen
no,
Boy
these
Meets
are my- these are
World?
my underpants. Underpants is fun.
Thank you.
It is if you're in the 1880s, Ashley.
You know what? I will go there and I will wear my underpants proudly.
As the only mom on this panel, I like undies.
Undies. Undies are good.
So,
Undies are-
just saying.
If I was talking to kids that come under ruse, because that sounds fun too.
I mean,
I like
if underpants is unacceptable and British people call underwear pants, then what is your justification there, Mariel?
Oh.
She burned you good.
That guy knows it. Now it's my answer.
So I think we're just going to keep it pretty chill and just open the floor for some Q&A and just hang out with you guys for a little bit. So there's a microphone there.
Yeah,
Also,
if you
shout
guys have
out
any
to the
questions
hack.
about our jobs or what we do or what it's like working at Rooster Teeth.
Yeah, Bethany does not want to talk about her period. So
No. I was quoted in a very weird way in
You
RTX
tweeted it,
Sydney.
though, so
if
calm
anyone
down.
knows about
do
it.
you want to give
I
a
will
little
tell
taste
you
of
what
that
it
quote?
said. And I did, okay.
This
Okay.
is in Kotaku, I believe.
Yes.
A very good
And the
publication.
two things happened, but they didn't happen the way that they pieced it together. It said, quote, I'm really happy we're hiring more females in leadership positions at Rooster Teeth, said the head of live events, Bethany Feinstein, shortly after discussing her drying up menstrual blood.
It's a part of life.
I didn't just say I'm drying up because I'm old, and I'm really happy we're hiring more females.
Yeah.
It didn't happen that way.
Mostly,
Yes, it did. Yes,
Here,
it
no,
did.
I'm mostly happy that we're hiring more women so that we can just pool it and then it never dries up.
There you go.
Yes.
All right.
Fucking
Or
brilliant.
we'll all be in sync at the same time and just like really fucking like lay down the law.
Take a
Yeah,
look.
let's get that dog back over there.
The office must live in terror of that. But we're getting on the subject,
Yeah.
the
Well,
one
we have
subject
two
we said
lines
we
for
weren't
you.
going to discuss.
Okay, we have two lines. Let's start over here.
Hi, I'm Jacob. I'm a huge fan of all of you. My question's for Jessica. I saw your Hamilton cover the other day and fell in love with it.
Can you sing for us?
I just thought I would tell you it was awesome. My question for you is, how can you get more involved? Because you're the greatest part of this panel for me.
Oh my God.
All right.
Yeah, motherfucker, let's meet out back, bitch.
And can we get you an account on Musical.ly?
I should have never put you on Always Open. People love you too much.
Okay, can you tell me your name?
I'm Jacob.
Say that again.
Jacob?
Jacob, nice to meet you, Jacob. I'm Jessica.
Great to
Do you guys need a room? Or like, what's going on?
Ooh, Devin's in here.
First
though.
off, thank you so much. That means a lot. I'm like holding back tears because that's really sweet. I've been super insecure of my voice for years and years and years because I
shouldn't
never
be.
thought I was good enough, which all y'all should know that you are powerful people and should have more confidence in yourselves,
That
by
goes
the
for
way.
you, too.
Know that you are worth it. But how should I get more involved? I don't know. I'm trying to do as much as I
Cameron's
can.
here, right?
and- What'd you say?
Cameron's here, right?
Is he? I don't know. Cameron's our new
Hey,
talent
Cameron
coordinator.
followed us in here.
Yeah. I'm
loves
just
it.
gonna,
He's back
I'll
there.
basically, how I think I'll do that is just whenever I'm not invited to places, I'm just going to show up and just put myself in front of
That
the
is
camera.
what she always says she's gonna do. She's
That's
like,
what
I'm
I'm gonna
gonna
do."
force you to be my best friend.
I have told, especially Bethany and Mariel, like, you all better make sure I'm friends with you, and I want to be in between that.
Because like she wasn't even on this panel, and then she just showed up.
I was not,
So
I was
weird,
not
and she got her
invited
name
here.
on
I
the
am
mobile
just
app.
here now. Yeah. But thank you so much for your question and your compliments. Appreciate that.
She'll give you
Over
your
there.
$20 later.
Hi.
Yes.
Hi. Starting off, you guys are all like badasses.
Thank you.
Like each individually, like I can't even explain how badass you guys are. My question is, do you feel like as women in like a workplace like you guys do and business-wise, people look down on you because you're women, or do you feel like you're accepted as equal as men?
That's a good question.
I
How
think
much time do we have?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just something brief.
Should we just go down the line and talk
Yeah,
about
we
it?
should
Yeah, or
down the
whoever
line.
wants to. You don't have to.
Yeah, I think there's always going to be that kind of stigma that women have, especially in our industry, entertainment and video games especially. Yeah, there are a lot of times where I feel like I'm not listened to because I'm a woman. Even though Rooster Teeth is a very wonderful company and everyone is very open-minded, there's still that level of not really having the same faith in women, especially in positions of power, as people do in men. And it's getting better. I think especially now that we're hiring women in more managerial positions, like Bethany, like Doreen, etc. So yeah, I think it's still a work in progress.
It's a process.
For me, I'm actually the only girl in a department of, gosh, I think now it's like 16 or 17, and I'm like literally the only female.
They need you to keep them in line.
They really do.
They would be
though.
lost without you.
They really do. But for me, I've been super lucky in that I've been there. I was hired when Patrick was the only other person working in that department, so I've pretty much come up with him. So I think there's like a level of like, oh, like you've been here longer than everyone, and so I even though I'm with all dudes, and I think Mr. Mike's over here, so he can attest to that. But I think we all treat each other pretty equally, and it's nice that I don't have to feel like, even though I'm surrounded by men, it doesn't feel like that.
Yeah.
I'm just surrounded by my coworkers, so that's kind of nice.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of echo what you guys both said, but for me, because I came in under Gus, like, people trust Gus in the company, and I think that really helped me a lot.
Yeah,
maybe not Ashley.
I mean, well.
And then just having like Jeff and Gus be two of my closest friends, I think that that helped other men respect me in a leadership position and as a department head. We definitely run into those situations from time to time where we vent and we bitch about some certain things that happen in the company. It's not perfect, but we love where we work, and I think most people listen and are pretty fair. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it's just the more that we speak up and the more that we stand up for, you know, our own opinions and our own ideas, like it just helps, and we all kind of stick together. So
My favorite thing is, who was it that started calling us the Coven? Was it?
Tim.
Oh, it was Timmy G.
Timmy G.
Well, yeah,
Start up the story.
we were all out. We had like a ladies' happy hour, and we all met up. And one of the guys that works
And like,
at
there's a
Rooster-
lot of us now, so
there were
like,
probably
we're
like
rolling a
25
pack.
of us at happy hour.
And so he walks by, and he sees a few of us, and he's like, "Oh, hey!" And he's like, "Holy shit!" He's like, "You guys like having like a fucking witch meeting? Like it's a fucking coven, bruh." That's how Tim talks.
So we changed our little
Yeah, we have
our
a-
group to called the Coven.
We have a work chat thing that we have like our own personal group that
We just talk shit all
titled
day
the Coven.
long.
I always love the craft, so I'm happy to be part of it.
Excuse me, I used to be a witch.
She still is.
were.
Earth, air, fire, water. Earth, air, fire, water, fire, fire, fire.
Lettuce,
just
feathers,
happened?
divs aboard.
The
I put
hell
a
are you
spell on
guys
you.
doing?
Was it a love spell? Because
Bring that dog back.
the dog's naked now.
Oh, getting
We said it wasn't going to be that kind of panel, but we lied.
So what do you think, Ash?
So for me, I started my department. I started the No, and it's within Rooster Teeth. I always felt fully supported. Mostly, I think I would ignore anyone who was like, "Nah, I don't know if you can." I'd be like, "No, I'm gonna do it. It's fine. You're gonna be good." And just like do my thing anyway. So I haven't had really like any negativity in that regard, but my department is also a little bit more siloed because what we do, it's like a very close group that cascades on a daily basis through several video production cycles. So we run as a pretty tight ship, but it was weird because for a while it was me and it was Meg, and we did video game news, and it was two girls, and that was it.
I was going to
One
say
cup.
something.
And what?
Two girls, one cup.
Two girls, one news.
One camera.
Two girls, one camera. Hey, I like
That's
that.
usually how it works.
But so, and within the company, that way it was totally understood that we play video games and that we were legit and we care about this stuff. Oddly enough, it was not you guys, but some people on YouTube had this weird thing where the second two girls showed up, you were both presenters, not gamers, and you were only hired to stand in front and read the words that someone else wrote, which was always kind of weird because the second there was one dude co-hosting, none of that response. The second it was two girls, we didn't get taken seriously. And that's changing a bit, which is really, really nice. So within Rooster Teeth, full support. Within the overall gaming audience, we're still working on some of them. We're slow rolling it, but we're getting there. Like, we finally found some dudes to co-host with us. It's nice to not be actually an all-female group anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in live action, there have been times where I have been the only woman on set with like 40 or 50 other men.
Gross.
And
Yeah.
a lot of them, because I am producing them and putting them together, I've already reached out to all of them to crew up and cast and locations, all of that. And so even though I am the boss on set, there are times where I don't feel like that. And it's not to say that I don't have the support from my coworkers, because they completely support me 100%. I think it's just in society in general, men and women in the workplace, like a good example that happened the other day. I was talking to somebody about something work-related, and then someone else came in and just interrupted me. Who
What was his
another
name?
male. And then he stopped himself, and he was like, wait a minute. And he looked at me, and he's like, sorry, you were talking. Please go ahead. And I was like, thank you. And then he actually pulled me aside after and was like, does that happen to you a lot? And I was like, it does, actually. I don't know if that's just because they don't think I have anything important to say, even though I do.
It's because our women voices are so small and dainty and quiet.
I guess so. That's probably it. But it was really nice. And I think from when I first started, it was I definitely had to fight my way to where I am now. But that came with a lot of owning it in myself and knowing that I do know what I'm doing, and these people need to respect me and having to earn that as well. But there is still that battle all the time of I am a woman in a male-dominated industry, and it's hard sometimes. But we just have to keep trucking along, and I have a great support system here at Rooster Teeth, especially of women, and that helps too. So.
Yeah.
Me. So it's definitely interesting on my end because I'm on the business side of things in this industry. So, I mean, when I started at Rooster Teeth, I was the office coordinator. So it was like stocking the fridge and doing random projects and shit. And there were also only like 30 full-time employees,
Yeah.
which is crazy.
And thank God I sucked at my job.
You worked for Alan for like 2 seconds, right? I was fortunate enough to, I think Alan kind of saw something in me. If you all know who Alan Abdeen is, you may have seen the video
Yeah,
where he
Gavin
got an
calls
egg
him
chunked at his
Muhammad.
head. Fortunate enough for him to see, like, not fortunate, don't want to give him all the credit, but I think he saw some like fire in me and kind of pulled me away from that and was like, yeah, you need to do more. And so it kind of evolved from there, and now I handle, all live event sales for Rooster Teeth, which is really fucking
Megan
cool.
is one of our greatest Rooster Teeth stories, by the way.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. But it's definitely interesting to start there and not necessarily know what I'm doing, but kind of grow into the space. But now it's, I'm setting up meetings with CEOs and executives for like major publishers or game developers or, these things to like get these people to come to RTX and do really cool shit for you all to experience. And I have like the full support and respect of Alan and the team to be like, yeah, you go do that by yourself because it's fine. Like, you know what you're doing. You know how to talk about it. Like, it's all good.
Well, you get the results.
Yeah.
Right?
Obviously.
No, it's definitely interesting. And it's like, I feel fortunate with having the support from Alan. I feel like he's always supported me as a male and a higher up in the company. He's always had my back. And I really appreciate that. Like, it's an open door and I can speak my opinions. And if I disagree, that's okay. It's welcomed. Like, let's have a conversation. I don't feel that way. But outside of that, you definitely do experience other stuff, from other companies or other men in the industry who don't necessarily want to listen to you, but you kind of have to make them. And it works. So, we're here. It's awesome.
Hi. Sorry. So the animation industry as a whole is just kind of pretty male-dominated still at this point, and especially the producing side of that. And so for a long time, I was full out producing some shows and had to deal with not quite getting the title that I was supposed to and stuff like that, but I think that was more ageism than anything. There are definitely hurdles, especially with different ways that I feel like producing should be done versus my male counterparts in the department. And a lot of the time, some of those differences are chalked up to me being female, which I have debates about. But really what's been the strongest motivator for me and allowed me to become a stronger person in this company is having Yvonne as an example. She's been with the company for longer than I have and basically is the most badass bitch I've ever met, I guess.
Yeah.
Is she in here?
Is Yvonne here?
You think Yvonne would be in here?
Yvonne is our COO.
Yeah.
And she's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
She's a tough cookie, but she loves a lot.
Yeah, it's like she makes sure that people are taken care of when they've proved themselves to her, and I take a lot from that. And just her kind of strength, I think, has shown not that the executives needed to see it, but some of the managers that you can have a strong woman in this company that can push you to heights that we never thought we could achieve.
Yeah, Rooster Teeth would not function without Yvonne.
Yeah.
At all. So if she's watching or is out there somewhere.
And I will turn in my timesheets at some point.
Well, thank you for your question.
Sorry, I know that was like long-winded.
My turn. Hi.
Hi.
I'm Cindy. Maggie, you actually very thankfully stopped and took a photo with me earlier, though you were running around. I felt so bad to ask for
Oh, it's
that.
fine.
But, and then Barb and Maggie, you guys are on the spot. Some of my favorite episodes. You guys are super funny.
Thank you. I didn't flash my boobs like Maggie did, though.
I had another shirt on.
She's got a point. I mean, there's always a start, Barbara.
Come to the Always Open panel.
I'll be there.
Wink.
But a lot of like the funny moments in Rooster Teeth are filmed or at least shown by like all the guys. So I was wondering for females, what have been some of your guys' like funniest moments at Rooster Teeth?
I think a lot of them haven't happened on camera.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's a tough question.
That's because women are smart enough to do stupid stuff off camera.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I mean, a lot of the times that I laugh the most is like when, like I truly believe that I have the best department in the company and the best employees.
They're right there.
They're right there, two of them. Stand up again.
Stand up.
Stand on your chair and dance.
At least wave.
Dance for us.
Alex, you need to stand because we talk about you all the time on Always
Yeah,
Open.
we do.
This is
That's
Alex.
Alex.
That's Alex.
No, but like most people come to my office like either for champagne or because I'm so great or to like see the weird stuff that's going on because there's always something fucked up and weird happening in our office and we like draw the blinds and like Alex like will dance for us because she has a lot of energy, so a lot of times we have to tell her like take a lap, like you got to take a lap around the building because like you're too hyper right now and we won't let her have caffeine or like candy.
Like a child.
But then when she'll come back and I'm like, okay, quiet time for 2 hours. We got to get through emails 2 hours. And then after it's done, I'm like, do you want to dance now? And she's like, yes, please. So then she dances, and then at the end she's panting and she's exhausted herself. And then we go back to work.
Someone's usually in a headlock too.
Oh, yeah.
Or
They'll
like
fight each other all the
down.
time. And
They like wrestle it.
Yeah.
we wrestle a lot.
I think my favorite thing that has happened off camera that I think is the funniest thing, whenever I see Mariel walking with food,
Oh, my God, this bitch.
I will always slap it out of her hands. No matter what she's holding. One time she was carrying like
Outside of my office.
She was like it was at like lunchtime, so she was like walking with her little lunch, and she had like a thing of like I think it was tomatoes or something.
Yeah.
And she's like, "You want one?" I was like, "Sure." Smash it, and then like they all go tumbling out and roll down the hallway.
Tomatoes. Yeah, Barbara fucks with me a lot. But I would say, again, like Bethany's office, we always go in there. It's like a safe haven, and most of the time
And it smells nice.
we're in there. And her team's so much fun, but I always go in there and we're always like either dancing or we make up a lot of songs.
We make up a lot of songs.
I'm a DJ if anyone didn't know that.
Wait, we
she's not
should
a
drop
DJ.
that beat.
Well, there needs context and Krusty isn't here.
Oh yeah, where is she?
I don't know where Krusty's at.
She's working. What the fuck?
Krusty is Christy, who is another one of Bethany's girls, but I make up a lot of songs about her and her name Krusty.
I don't
Which she
appreciate.
loves, by the way.
I don't appreciate y'all having so much fun when I'm not on the same frickin' campus as you guys anymore and not inviting me.
I'm probably
invited.
I'm probably going to be hiring again next year.
What if we send you pictures?
Yeah, we'll send you pictures.
That just is rubbing salt in the wounds.
Okay, we're across the hall. and
Those
we
pictures
don't
should not
get
be on
money
the
What if we
internet.
FaceTime you in?
Okay, that works.
What about you guys?
You know, I like a lot of the get-togethers we have on Always Open to just like sharing a bunch of ridiculous stories and laughing over them and just setting time aside to like have a nice, stupid fucking conversation among a bunch of ladies while also just having some cheeky laughs.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love those times. Those are great.
Yeah, and I do enjoy our happy hours that we
The happy hours are great.
after work times.
Shout out to Devin and Culture Crew.
Yeah.
Culture crew.
Hashtag culture crew.
Yeah.
And,
No one
and-
knows what that
And the
is.
occasional brunches, although that place that no longer does the gigantic mimosas is
Oh, yeah.
dead to us.
Yeah, we will never go there again.
I feel like the ladies on the sales team we're pretty funny, and it's usually at the guy's expense. So
Well,
we just troll our male coworkers like all day, and it's amazing.
Especially
But that's like
Nathan.
it's like you know it's in our office, so no one ever hears it, but I think we're funny.
We should have like a dog camera.
Get the
So
doggies on camera.
cute.
This isn't on the spot, it's just a panel.
I know.
Yeah.
I think we're over here next.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hello.
My name is Alex. I want to preface this just by saying that I am a transgendered female. And, you know, that comes with a lot of stigma and judgment. But, you know, I always open to, you know, make me smile every week. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart for that.
Well, thank you for watching. Thank you.
My question is, what makes you, in your week or in your day-to-day life, what makes you feel one with your femininity?
What makes what? I missed it.
What makes you feel one with your femininity?
It's all of the YouTube comments saying "want to smash."
Yeah.
I personally like the one that says I would drag my dick through broken glass just to smell one of Barbara's farts.
Yeah, those ones concern me.
I wouldn't.
Your parent, I look up at your mom, she literally goes,
Yeah.
"Oh."
My mom is physically
Oh my
cringing.
God, I didn't even see Dumplemania right here. I love you guys.
Ooh, that's a, wow.
that's tough.
Yeah, it's a,
Touch with my femininity? I mean, doing Always Open, honestly. Like, that, to me, you know, I've been at Rooster Teeth for almost 6 years now, and I've been involved with the company for half my life. And it's always been a boys' club. And it's always been kind of like all these guys who get all the shows and host the shows and being on the shows and getting to be funny and people kind of just having that to watch and then getting to Always Open is like, I don't know, I've never felt more like a Spice Girl before. Yes. Like, I want to say girl power, like all the time.
You would be
now.
Baby Spice.
Oh, thank you.
I don't know, I would say when Texas is with us.
Hi, Texas.
Texas
So
is here.
Texas.
So, Texas, stand up. Oh my God, he got a bigger cheer than we did.
Yeah.
I would say, yeah, like it's really fun because we've gotten to know Texas, like obviously at work and doing our makeup and being the bartender and like just like conversations and
Multi-talented.
stuff.
And friend.
But he's turned into like one of our like kind of like closest friends these days,
Yeah,
and
no,
so
of
he's
course.
always with us in tow. And like I always like when he's there because it's not like every day we get our makeup done. You know, that's not a normal thing, and it's really fun having that.
I got to experience that for the first time today.
Yeah.
I've never had my makeup done, and he did it. And
You look lovely.
The Texas
I was
experience.
like staring at.
Yeah.
Wow, like who are you?
My favorite part is when
Love
Texas
this.
tries to put a very colorful lipstick on Mariel.
Oh my
And it's
God.
like
She
when-
hates it.
It's like when you're trying to feed a baby and it's like
Yeah, every
doesn't
day
like
he's
it.
like, red lips, girl, red lips, let's do it. And I'm like, no, bitch, please, no, don't do this to me. I'm just, I think femininity is also, you know, it's all those things, but it's also more than makeup and it's more than when all
Sure.
those things. It's just being comfortable with yourself, I think, and embracing that part of you. 'Cause I'm not, I would say that most of the time I don't dress like this and I don't look like this. Most of the time I'm wearing like
Yeah, me too.
a hat and like sweats.
Mariel's actually wearing a mask.
It's not me!
I like and I actually had this a deep talk with Hannah today about female friendships, and I have found as I get older a true appreciation for the female friends that I do have in my life, and so that's why I'm constantly like badgering all of you guys, being like, "Can I be your friends? Can I hang out with you 24/7?" Because when I am with other women, I do feel I don't know. It's just like that feeling of just like, hell yeah, we can take over the world together, especially when you're bonding on certain things. And it's like, oh, I went through this today with so-and-so. She's like, me too. And then, I don't know, it's just, I feel like I have an amazing, like, support system. And they just get it because obviously we're women. And so I think that's super important too, our female friendships.
Yeah, for me, a lot of it is anytime I'm interacting with like all the women in the office, just like having those nice chats with ladies and getting to talk about stupid lady stuff and knowing that everyone we're talking to is like going through the same sorts of stuff. Like there's a real camaraderie there. And I love that. Honestly, I really do love the makeup parts of it as well. I like putting my makeup on every day and like trying to look nice and playing with my hair and then trying something new and being like, oh boy, what is the response to this one going to be? Should be fun. But it's always like something like new and like fun to try and then just like hang out with everyone. Mm-hmm. It's a good place.
Oh, yeah.
I really like that I can almost guarantee to always have a silent fart.
Oh, Maggie, yes.
Hell yeah.
It's just practice. It's like I wasn't allowed to fart as a kid, so they were all silent.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
Move on to the next
Cool.
question.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hello. Hello.
Oh,
Maggie,
hi.
I totally feel you about that comment, silent farts. Yeah.
No, the best part about silent farts though is that then like you can just like drop one and leave.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
Like,
they're
just,
not
like,
always
just like
deadly.
abandon the area and then like wait and see like who walks into it and what their response is.
Silent but violent.
It's like, is it this like hairy man next to me, or is it this petite little female? And
Never
it's
the
never
petite
me,
female.
you know?
You know what my favorite kind of fart is? And mom and dad, close your ears. It's when
Oh, no.
it's when you're sitting and it like goes through your vagina lips.
Oh, right, like instead of going up the back, it goes up the front.
Yeah, and it kind of like bubbles
barb.
through.
It
Yeah.
feels a little weird.
It's interesting. It's have nice feelings.
I am so
Those people
disgusted
are
by
leaving
you.
because they're like, fuck that shit. They said no vagina talk. We're out of here.
That made me think of Feel the Vibrations.
It's all about good vibrations.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, what's your question?
Man, I can't even remember half of it.
Oh, she never asked her question, right?
So y'all are lovely ladies, and you are honestly some of the best role models I've seen in media, and I am personally trying to get out there way back in the Midwest as like a voice actor and a singer, so I'm basically being told professionally no a lot. So how do you guys deal with stuff like that? What's sort of the best no you've ever gotten? Like, what no has led you here today?
The no?
I was waiting for it.
I set myself up for that one, yeah.
That was really good.
Man, I'm surprised Barbara didn't say that.
I was focusing on my answer for the question. I'm sorry. I don't know if I really have, I obviously have been told no plenty of times.
I've
but
never heard no.
I've never heard no. I always get what I want. But no, it was I was actually watching a panel, if you guys are familiar with Hannah Hart, Grace Helbig, and Mamrie Hart. And there was a girl that came up to ask a question to them and said that, she's an engineering student and she's one of the only women in her program, and there's other guys in her class that don't respect her and are rude to her. And she just said, just focus on your shit, and one day you won't hire him. And so I think, just keep doing you and keep working at it, and people will tell you no all the time or that you can't do something, but fuck them.
Barbara, you are my
Yeah.
personal inspiration. I've been watching Always Open since it started, and
you.
are one of the best human beings I have
thank
had
you.
the pleasure of seeing.
Fuck you, Jessica. Damn, I got one.
It'll be a cat fight after this. Thank you.
For me, there was one time actually, before I started working at Rooster Teeth full time, I really wanted to be a page at NBC. And I tried so hard, and it was like a big dream of mine.
Wait, you wanted to be Kenneth?
I wanted to be Kenneth. Yeah, I was like, my dream was to be Kenneth. And I got to the final round, and I was in 30 Rock interviewing, and I thought the interview went great, and I came home, and they're like, oh, you didn't get picked. And it just it shattered my world. I didn't think I could do anything in entertainment ever again. And then I ended up getting a job here. So I don't know, I think every time you hear a no, just know that there's probably a yes beyond that somewhere else.
And it's probably meant to be, because you'll find something greater down the line.
I mean, I'd rather be a page than sitting up here, I'd rather.
That was a whole book.
That was okay. We're out. Let's go.
You guys got it.
I'm in sales, so I hear no all the time, but I just ignore it. And it's like, I'm gonna bother you for like 3 years, and then you're gonna come and do some like real awesome stuff with us.
There you go.
And it usually happens.
That's a good tactic.
Just keep going.
Yeah. I would say for me, people are kind of scared to tell me no at the company.
That's why we're getting married tomorrow.
No.
I don't have like a, what did he say?
He said congratulations.
Well, congratulations tomorrow if we get through this. We've been fighting a lot lately.
Come to the Always
I
Open
don't know.
panel.
Do you guys have any other?
Yeah, when I was in college, I was a theater education major, and the last semester that I was there, we were either approved or not approved to get our teaching certification. And because of like my academics slipping, because I was doing more stage management and kind of concentrating more on the actual career path side of things, I wasn't allowed to go for my teaching certification. And so that kind of really broke me for a while because it was all I cared about. And okay, bullshit. But basically what that allowed me to do was to not get stuck in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, Texas, teaching theater somewhere, and allowed me to have this sort of opportunity. So it's like, even if maybe it doesn't pan out exactly the way you want it to, it's like, as long as you keep being the hardest working person in the room, like that's all you need, and that luck will find you.
There's also one of my professors in university said one of my favorite quotes of all time, which is 90% of your life is how you react to certain situations, and 10% is what actually happens to you.
So true.
So I think just spending more time focusing like, yeah, okay, I heard no here, I'm gonna keep going. Don't waste your time, you know?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hi. Well,
Hi.
This is short. Hold on.
Maybe you're just tall.
Yeah.
I hear it's genetic. Anyway. My name's Rick. I just want to say hi, Mariel. I'm kind of shaking right now because
He said hi to you, and you.
Oh, did you say hi to me?
Yeah.
So I can't hear you. Hi.
hi. You're probably my favorite part of free play, and
Fuck you, Barbara. Fuck you, Jessica. Fuck all y'all.
Didn't free play.
I'm just.
Excuse me. Don't bring it up.
Is free pick?
I gotta say, it's really nice of you to allow Barbara on Always Open.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Security.
I banned her from the studio, but she just keeps coming back.
Security. Oh.
And my opinion might be a little biased, but you're like my second favorite person in podcasting, right behind my wife, Julia.
Julia.
But I wanted to ask real quick. I went to PAX East this past spring. As you say, I got the Boston community shirt.
Good for you.
But it was a total sausage fest, and so I'm just wondering, why didn't you guys come up to Boston this year? And
Yeah,
see you
Bethany,
next year?
why didn't I go to fucking Boston?
I knew you were going to ask me that. Because it's more of a gaming show, and Mariel's not a gamer.
She's a fake gamer girl.
I'm a gamer.
Oh, God.
What do I gotta do?
That's good.
But
Wait, you're gay?
but really, what do I gotta do? You want me to play some video games? I'll play some video games for you.
I mean, I don't know.
All right, I'll play some video games for you.
Okay, get back to me.
Okay, cool.
I say it's more of an entertainment expo at this point, so I mean, just come on.
There you go.
up to
All
Boston.
right, I'll
Maybe
be there
next
because
year,
of you.
if she's good.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Hello there. First off, I think all of you are very lovely ladies. But
Fence sitter.
But
Why is there a butt?
I am
not
actually
talking
a
about those.
very large Barbara fan.
Boo.
Oh, you're not that big.
Old
Average
news.
size.
This is all old news.
And I could not come to this panel without doing this. And I'm going to try to make this very quick.
Oh, God.
Barbara, do you know which lock is the smartest kind of lock?
What?
Which lock is the smartest kind of lock?
Lock?
Yes.
A
Sherlock.
security.
Hey, Barbara, did you hear what Disney did
No,
recently?
look, can we
You already
mute the
asked one
mic?
question.
Just mute the mic. Just give it a cut off right there. Oh, yes!
Sorry that I'm cutting you off, I guess. Hi, I didn't expect to be the second person to say this, but I'm also a trans girl, and I just wanted to say that all of you guys are such huge inspirations for me for like just body image and confidence and like how far, it's just really great. And thank you all so much for just being so
Thank you for being so brave.
And
wonderful.
sorry. I just wanted to know, when you guys like wake up on the wrong side of the bed, or even worse, wake up on the right side of the bed and then fall on your face, so to say, what's something that you guys do to restart your day, to like kind of just be like, all right, let's fresh start this, let's try it again?
I say it's usually venting to each other.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's my answer, actually.
Yeah.
We just take a
Severe
shambong in
social
my
anxiety
office
causes
and
that.
set the day right.
Yeah, like we said earlier, I think Bethany's office has kind of become a safe haven, so a lot of us will go in, and she has a couch, and a lot of the times, like, if I'm having a tough day, I just go and, like, I lay on the couch, or she has 2 chairs in her office, and
Mariel, you're in there a lot.
yeah, it's a wonder why I have a job, because I don't do it, because I'm just in there all the time. But most of the time, I'll just, like, pop into her office, and she's working, we don't even talk, and I just lay there, and I kind of have a second to just, like, decompress and, like, you know, get away from everything, but still feel like I'm in a safe space and not have to, like, you know.
Yeah, I definitely walk around a lot. There are days at work, especially where I just like, this is not my day. Everything is going wrong. I'm frustrated. People are annoying me. Everything is annoying me. And I just have to be like, I'm just going to go outside and walk around. And we're lucky that we work at a place that is flexible like that. Like, if you need to go home, or if you need to just like take a 2-hour lunch or whatever you need to do, it's very, very much allowed, I think, with the company, because they understand that it's a very creative space and there's a lot of emotions involved in a lot of what we do. And that helps a lot.
I also sometimes like to just talk myself down a little bit, like, all right, it's a rough day. You're not happy right now. Give it some time, because like whatever I'm upset about, I know, even though I'm not feeling it at the moment, that like time's gonna make me feel better. And so if I just acknowledge that ahead of time and dive into a project, then that usually helps. Like by the time I come out the other side of the project, I'm typically got a little bit better distance. I'm feeling a little bit better, and if I'm not, then I'll go grab a coffee and bitch about it.
And it's like, I make cartoons for a living. If I get upset, I'm just like, what the hell's wrong with you? You make freaking cartoons.
That's true. You have to remind yourself. I sit in an office of like 6 or 7 other people, and they're all men, except for Hannah's in like her own little side room in there. And sometimes I'll just go into Stephanie's office. She has her own office all to herself. She's the art department coordinator. She's a badass bitch. And I'll just go in there. I'll just, similar to what Mariel does with you, I'll just lay on her couch. And
Lay on her?
I'll lay on her
That too.
couch.
Wow.
Yeah, and just decompress or just vent to her. But it is like an area of like, it's just nice to also just like go on a walk and just take, you know, 5 minutes,
Just breathe.
Or like go,
That's
get a
kind of my
coffee,
thing.
treat yourself.
There's an HEB. Then I go there a lot.
It's not
That's a
called
grocery
HEB.
store, by the
It's
way.
not called
Grocery store.
HEB.
It's called,
It's called Club M.
Club M.
Club M. My apologies. Jesus.
I started yoga like back in November and learned, I mean, awesome health benefits. If you don't do it, try it. But it's like more than for my body, it's for my brain. And the one thing I learned was like to just breathe. Like when I get really frustrated, I'm like, okay, let me just stop and take like some deep breaths and come back.
Yeah, sometimes when I'm like really mad about something, I like going for a run because I just have like all this. What?
Exercise. Lol.
Dude, wearing yourself out is the best.
Yeah,
like you just
it
like
is.
take that whole ball of rage and like throw it into into working out, so that you're so tired at the end, you just like you've burned all the rage out, and now what's left is just you. It feels really good.
It sounds very cheesy. But
Also try boxing.
But it really does work.
Yeah.
Thank you. A lot of the animators do Krav Maga.
Thank you. And I just want to say thanks to Barb really quick. I'm a local Austinite, and I used to work at Target, and I was having a really, really bad day before a shift one day. I cried for like 3 hours, but then came to work, and I saw you randomly, and you made me feel like we had like a 2-minute conversation, but you just really brightened up my day, and I just want to say thank you for that.
Thank you. So sweet. You're gonna make me cry. Thank you. I'm sorry.
Barbara
you're
has
having
to
a bad
answer
day.
the next question as Naris, just saying.
Oh my god.
Hi, as everyone's saying, like, all of you ladies are people who are, like, huge inspirations to me in general. And I guess I wanted to ask, because it's a personal experience that's very frustrating, that happens a lot to me, is I was wondering if you guys have ever had experiences where people not only tend to, like, compare you to men as women in your careers, but to each other. And a lot of, like, this desire, I feel like I've sometimes seen it, you know, in YouTube comments, but also probably in, like, the industry and in other situations where there's almost an encouragement to be more competitive than supportive and nurturing to each other as women. And I was wondering if you guys had any experiences or advice about that, about situations where you're kind of being almost there's a force to kind of pit yourself against each other.
Literally every day. Like literally every day.
It always happens. For some reason, there's a weird dynamic that if there's a bunch of dudes together, then it's just a bunch of dudes together and each other on merits. But if there's two girls, it suddenly is comparing.
Who's prettier? Who has the better hair? Who has the better tits?
Who's the funnier? Who's the which one to smash?
Yeah.
And, you know, and it becomes a weird comparison. And this is, I don't see it at work really, but it is an audience thing sometimes. There's just a lot of, and I try to remember that a lot of the people that would be leaving any weird comments like that are probably like young. They don't realize how dumb they are. You know, they just saw an empty comment box and they had to put something stupid in it.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it's very frustrating, and it's sad because I think every woman I know who I work with is just so much more than their looks and has so much amazing things to say and to talk about, and to go into a comment section and just see so-and-so is hotter than so-and-so, so-and-so is better looking than this, or they have a better body, etc. It's like, are you listening to them?
Or even just the comments that are like, does Rooster Teeth only hire hot women? It's like, what?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but
I mean, on the one hand, like, y'all babes. Yeah. But on the other hand, no one is like, does Rooster Teeth only hire hot dudes?
Yeah.
Which is also our policy, FYI.
Yeah. But I think what helps is that I think, putting the effort to put more and more women in stuff and get the audience used to that, and that it becomes just like, yes, these are just people in the content that you're watching. It's not like these are women you have to all of a sudden rank.
If you don't think that like we put a ton more effort into us on camera versus us in real life, then you have another thing coming.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't look like this every day. I hardly wear makeup, and I wear yoga pants and a t-shirt
Yoga pants.
all the time.
Dude, yoga pants are the best.
Yeah, just nasty. Like, actually, Patrick Matthews,
awesome.
He wanted to play a joke on me one day and put like something in my seat, or to like prank me if I was gonna sit on it. It'd be like on my pants, which is really dumb. And then
but
he would
it sounds
prank
very
me.
typically Patrick.
But it sounds like something you would do. Yeah, and then he was like, but, you know, I got nervous because I thought that maybe you'd wear something nice to work. But then I was just like, ooh, am I kidding? No, she's not. Because I really don't. But I don't know. I need to put a little bit more effort in my appearance at work, because sometimes it's like,
Hey, the guys don't put in effort, okay?
Oh, God, no.
So we don't
wonder.
guys are
though.
slobs.
It's like when I feel disrespected
Especially
by
Aaron.
my team, is it like if I dress nicer, would I be getting a different response from certain people? And it's like, I don't know how to reconcile that question.
I don't know
I
either.
sometimes specifically make an effort to not dress. Like I've got like a stable of t-shirts, and they're all awesome t-shirts, but I very frequently make a point of, like, I don't wear a lot of low-cut tops to work. I don't wear like a lot of nice stuff typically, because I don't want to deal with the response from people. Like, just,
And that kind of sucks. That kind of really fucking sucks.
Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. I love your cosplay, by the way.
Oh, you didn't answer it as Naris.
I really don't like when people talk bad about girls, because Naris is a girl, and a lot of people think she's not a girl, and it's really annoying, because in the first episode I said I was a sorceress.
Plus, she has eyelashes.
People just need to open their ears more. Oh, thanks.
Hi, I'm Brad. First off, I just want to quickly say, Ashley, you and Bernie kicked ass on The Amazing Race.
Yeah, they
Thanks. I can't believe we lost Cole and Sherry. They beat like all of us except one team.
I was very sad too. Barbara, my question is for you because of two reasons. One, you are my favorite person at Rooster Teeth.
Suck a dick, everyone.
Yeah, that's right. Get fucked, everyone. It's my turn.
We've all sucked a lot of dicks at this point now.
Yeah, we have. Number one,
no,
dick
I
sucker.
haven't, Mom and Dad.
My mouth is sore.
And two, I'm also Canadian, so of course I'm going to be asking this question.
Oh.
What is it you miss the most about living in Canada? And no, missing your family does not count. That's too cheesy.
She misses her high school Degrassi. She had a great time there.
Do you remember when I thought you really went there?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think I was on Always Open, 2 Truths and a Lie, or 2 Lies and Truth. I always forget what we do. I said that I went to
You know Drake,
to
right?
Degrassi. Yeah, we went to school together, of course. I also know Tim.
And all of you people know each other.
I don't. What do you guys think I miss from Canada?
Tim
Nothing.
Hortons.
Do you know anything? Poutine, yeah.
Tim Hortons?
Bagged milk.
Bagged milk?
Oh, bagged milk isn't just Canada, though. I had that.
Yeah, all of that. Yeah, I mean, I miss
Shoveling the snow.
honestly, Tim Hortons is something, like if I can't include my family and friends, it would be Tim Hortons.
Your dad was trying to get you to
Yeah,
say
your dad's
him.
trying to say
So
him.
You missed that.
He said not my parents.
No, he said my dad.
Dunklemania, I always
You're
miss you
you're
most.
my parent.
I got you, Larry.
Right?
I don't know, Barbara.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Hey guys, I'm Megan. My question is, one of you kind of alluded to it, the whole like fake gamer girl thing, or people like to say, oh, are you into comics or video games or whatever because of your boyfriend? And you know, if you're a girl that kind of has like a raunchy sense of humor, it's people think that you're faking to try and like fit in somehow. So how do you guys counteract that?
I tell them that they should be ashamed of themselves for having such little faith in their own hobby. That if it's worth their time to be like, if it's worth them being entertained by it, why the fuck isn't it good enough for me? I mean, you know, like why not?
I don't think there's a better answer than that.
I think we're done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's something I get really mad about a lot.
Hello, my name is Becky.
Hi, Becky. With the good hair, Becky. Look
Oh.
at you go, girl.
And first of all, I wanted to say thank you, Barb, for being a woman and not being afraid to like talk about penises and farts and stuff. And because in most media, women aren't represented like that. They're like represented as really girly, and you don't talk about farts or bodily functions. And so I appreciate that you don't care.
Any day of the week, my friend.
And then my question is, how did you guys get into Rooster Teeth, started in it?
I had a best friend that worked here.
Who is that friend?
Lindsay Jones.
I actually know Yvonne personally. My best friend is her stepdaughter. And I was in a job that I hated, and she was like, Megan, it's cool, have her come in. And actually, when I went in for an interview, there was a giant, like 4-foot penis on the dry erase board. And
I wonder where that came from.
And I'm walking in, and they're like, oh, hey, let me take this down. And I was like,
It's weird.
oh,
Who did that?
it had veins and everything. It was like very
Definitely
detailed.
Barbara.
But yeah, that's how I
I don't know who did that.
Mine is similar. I was working at a job before Rooster Teeth that I absolutely hated. It was with reality television, and that's not what I want to do. I want to do scripted and narrative work, films and whatnot. And so I quit my job without having a job lined up, and I was scared shitless because I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I have no money, health insurance. And then Will Hyde, who is actually our boss in live action, is like, hey, well, I'm kind of doing some freelance work over at Rooster Teeth. And I was like, well, do they do movies? Because I wasn't aware of Rooster Teeth before. And he was like, yeah, we're doing
Did I just hear
lots
someone
of fun
gasp?
stuff. I know, believe it or not, I did not know. And so then I gave it, I think my first day on set was a PA on $1 Million Butt, and I was like, this shit is awesome. And here I am, like 2 years later.
And then she's like, can I be your friend? Can I be your friend?
Yeah, basically.
I had been seeing Bernie and moved to Texas. I quit my job at IGN and moved down here. Had really no idea what I was going to do. Figured there's a couple gaming companies here I could look at. Like BioWare's here. There's an Arcane studio here. There's some opportunities. And then I got talking to Matt Holm, and he was asking like ideas for, he's just like asking ideas for content. I was like, well, I mean, one thing that you're not doing is kind of low-hanging fruit is, like you do all this video game content, but really don't do any current events or news, and there's always news, there's always something to do. And he went, why don't you try that out for us? And I accidentally got a job.
My story is a little more simple than that. Gus was really bad at his job. So he needed me more than I needed him.
For me, I guess I turned down Rooster Teeth twice and went to work somewhere else and then came back.
You played Hard to Get?
I did.
I like it.
Did you turn them down for
it.
Whitney Casey?
Oh God, please don't say that name. No, I had needed an internship from like my junior year, summer between my junior and senior year of college, and I knew about Rooster Teeth because of UT and TSTV. So I asked Brandon for a job, and he was like, yeah, I can give you a summer internship. And then I ended up getting a summer internship in LA. So I was like, oh, peace, Brandon, I'd rather do that. So I did that, came back, asked him for another internship, and then I couldn't do it because of my schedule. And then I came back my last semester of college and was like, I will do anything you want, just like let me have an internship here. So he did, and then I never left. I think I still might be an intern. They pay me now, though, so.
You guys know this story. I was a fan. They hired me. I do stuff now.
The Barbara Dunkelman story.
How long has everyone been at the company? I'm kind of like curious.
I've been there since December 2011. I was employee number 28.
For me, I think it was January 2014, and I was like 85, employee number 85.
June 2015, employee like 100.
I don't know my number.
Everyone knows their number.
No, I joined in late 2013.
Yeah, I don't know my number, but it was September 2015.
Yeah, I don't know my number either. Think we had because when I started doing new hire paperwork, Yvonne was like, get this shit away from me.
Yeah.
She's like, here's a random project, do that. But I think I was May 2013.
Yeah.
I was February 2013.
Yeah, we were about the same time.
Yeah.
All right. Well, unfortunately,
we are out
our
of
time is up. I'm so sorry. Do you want just one last question? I'm sorry to everyone who has a question.
My dad back there doesn't like how crude you were, so sorry. But you are awesome.
Sorry, Dad.
Also,
just so you know, this is what ladies talk like when they're not dudes around.
I do not apologize for anything.
Barbara, I have something. Are you kicking off my awesome summer with a yang?
Yeah, you are.
So my question is for you, Barbara.
Okay, guys.
How has it been? How do you like being the role of Yang?
I love it. It's a dream come true.
Do you think she's coming far, from where she is?
You'll find out, I guess. Watch volume
I want
5.
her to. I want her to rearrange Adam's face so much. Who's with me?
Oh
yeah.
I think we're actually canceling that show because it's like no one watches it.
Don't you dare cancel it.
Awesome.
Also, I know what it's like to be judged. I have autism, and I'm hyperactive as heck. So.
Well, I'm happy that you made it out here.
Yeah, thank you
so proud of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I am hot
and dressing up.
I am so hot in this. No, not. No, I'm literally I'm burning up in this costume.
Well, you're doing great.
I don't think anyone would fault you taking off the cape.
But you look great.
Yeah, you look great.
Thank you.
All right, thank
you.
you.
Ladies are awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you guys all so much for coming. Any final thoughts? Ladies, any final thoughts?
Oh, thanks so much for being here. Really appreciate it.
And always
We're
open
gonna go have
panel
our
tomorrow.
periods now.
Give me that dog.
Thanks for supporting ladies in our industry.
Yes, thank you.